Yo, yo, yo. What is the dealio, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How is everybody doing out there, man? Y'all already know we got a banger for you. All right? What up, Doria? How you doing? Mark Quinn, what up? He said best show on YouTube. Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Best B, what up? Hey, like this video, y'all. All right, do me a favor, like this video real quick. All right, we got to talk about FOMC. All right, FOMC, man. We got to talk about FOMC. All right, we're gonna talk about the charts, right? Um, I got a lot of stuff to share with you guys, man. So say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Like this video. All right, let's get this video to 100 likes by the end of this live. All right, 100 likes by the end of this live. All right, let's make it happen. Okay. Be sure to let me know where y'all tuning in from. Pamela, what's up? Lovely777. What's up? Reggie, what up? What up? Genesis, how you doing, Genesis? The Money Man, Johnny, what's up? On my grind, spanked on IWM, Spy, Gold, and QCOM. There we go. What up, Charlie? How you doing? You good over there? You good back there? He said there's people out here losing it. Yeah, on some earnings. You know where Grass Valley at? Grass Valley? Um, Grass Valley? My bad, y'all. There we go. There we go. Um, Grass Valley? Are you? I don't know. I don't know. Where's Grass Valley at? Sounds familiar. What up, Clip? Thoughts on Meta? We're gonna talk all about earnings, right? Let's get into it first. Do me a favor, like this video first, all right? Before we start talking about stocks, man, let's make sure we like this video, okay? What up, Misha? How you doing, Misha? You good over there? I know Misha over here getting some money. D Harry, what's up? What up? What up? Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know where Grass Valley is at. All right. So check it out, y'all. Get those likes up, man. Get those likes up. If you tuning in right now and you want some of this sauce and you want some insight and you have not liked this video, all right? Now, we got to talk about what happened today, right? What up, Jamila? How you doing, Jamila? All right. Let's set the vibes. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? See, best be no. We gotta set the vibes before we really go into it, right? We can't just come in and we start talking about stocks. You get what I'm saying? If you guys don't know by now, I like to preface things, right? I don't like to just jump into something. Okay? We gotta we gotta mosey in our way over there. Okay? We gonna talk about everything. I promise you that. I like to take my time with these lives because I want to make sure that this stuff is getting and seeping into your mind and you really understanding it, right? It's not just me coming on, being like, hey, this is what happened, I'm out, right? No, that's not how I get down, all right? So what up, Peerless Beard? What up, what up? Wipe your feet off at the door. Exactly, man. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? It's a process, okay? If you new to my lives, you're not gonna fully understand it yet, but give it some time, and you're gonna be like, okay, I rock with what he be doing and what he be talking about. All right. One thing I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna hold the game back from you and give you clickbait and all that other stuff, right? So I just like to make sure that I'm being thorough with everything. So, and I want to make sure that enough people get in here before we start really giving sauce, because I don't want them to have to miss it, right? So, so we got FOMC today, y'all. All right. Now, first things first. First things first. Hey, what's up, assets? Shout out to Mississippi. All right. First things first, man. What part of Mississippi you from? Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at my I'm looking at stocks right now. Okay. I'm looking at after hours. All right. And a couple things happen, right? A couple things happen. I'm pulling up a specific stock. All right. Where is it at? I'm pulling it up right now. All right. IWM, y'all. IWM. Where did it come and touch today? It touched 245. All right. It didn't come to 236, but it came all the way down to 245, right? I told y'all what was going to happen with IWM, okay? So I hope everybody did not get smoked on FOMC, okay? So the Feds cut the rate. They said they're not going to have another rate cut for the year. The market didn't like that, right? The market didn't like that. But the market, it dropped some, but it didn't just tank, right? The whole market didn't just tank, right? So we gotta start to really understand what's going on here. I like to look at the charts, right? If you don't know by now, I like to focus on technical analysis, right? Like news and stuff, yeah, right? But I focus on technical analysis. Some traders like to focus on fundamental analysis more than technical analysis. But one thing I've learned is those candlesticks, they're gonna teach you what's going on in the market. They're gonna show you where money is going into. Okay, so let's go over the market and let's go over what happened today on the charts, right? A lot of my stuff, I focus on the actual charts. I focus on technical analysis, right? All of my teachings come from what I am seeing and observing on the actual charts. All right? So, Peerless caught IWM going up and going down. Okay, there we go. On my grind. What up? Prime said, I joined your team yesterday. I paid my $150 to quit my job with $10K to invest. Let's flip it. Hey, let's go, man. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You about to get there. All right. Make sure you utilize all the resources inside of the Discord. All right. You got a good amount to work to start with. So that's good stuff. All right. Darrell said, I see why you like IWM over SPY. I made out good today with it. Hey, listen, I am not going to steer you guys wrong. All right. I'm not going to steer y'all wrong. Anything that I say on this YouTube channel, I need you guys to understand that it's vetted. I'm saying it for a reason, right? I've probably been through it and I'm speaking from it. I'm here to speed up your success and your progress, right? Please understand that when I'm speaking on these videos, I am here to speed up your progress, all right? If I have speeded up your progress, let me know in the comments, all right? If I have speeded up your progress and your results, let me know in the comments, man. All right. So I was locked in from 9 to 3. I ain't getting no work done. Hey, I feel that. All right. So check it out, y'all. All right. Let's get into it, man. All right. We about to go over some setups for tomorrow. Now that the market is going to be digesting, we got Google reported earnings. They beat earnings. They blasted. They historic earnings beat, so they might go higher. We got Microsoft. They dropped about I think it's like 3-4%. They dropped after hours for earnings. And then you got Meta. They sank as well. Okay. So we gonna get into this, man. Learning candlesticks is like learning Braille. Yep. Exactly. That's real talk right there. All right. You help me. What up, American Khalifa? How you doing? Absolutely. Definitely. And I'm telling you, these people are being modest. All right. It's people over here making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day. All right. So let's pull up the charts. All right. We got SPY right here. Pamela said, you helped me create my own payroll. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Meta fell off a cliff. Yep. All right, so let's pull up the charts real quick. All right. All right, here we go. All right. Johnny said that's the truth. I don't know where I would be without you. Real talk. I'll be somewhere else, that's for sure. Hey, I appreciate that, Johnny. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell everybody, man, stick with me, stick with the Prosperity Collective, stick with us, and we gonna help you get your first 25K, 50K, 100K, 250, 500, and a million. All right. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is powerful. Okay. The stock market is beyond powerful. All you have to do is commit to the process and commit to the journey. Okay? That's all you got to do. Trust the tutelage that I'm giving you, right? When you come on this YouTube channel, trust it. Don't be skeptical. Don't be sketchy. All right? Do your due diligence, of course, but at the end of the day, I need you to trust it. All right? And also remember, none of this is financial advice, okay? So do your due diligence, and then we go from there. All right? So let's go. We got SPY right here, right? So let's really understand what happened. So Powell, they cut rates, okay, around this time right here, and then look what happened. We got a big 3-bar right here, okay? And then it came back up, and then it came back up, and now it's right here. All right, let's look at the daily. On the daily time frame, we have a 3-bar. It came down into this fair value gap right here, but buyers pushed it right back up. So yes, this is a 3-bar, okay? Yes, this is a 3-bar. But let me see. Here we go. This is a 3-bar, but I want you guys to pay attention. All right. Now, right here, we got a bearish 3-bar, but we have a lot of buying pressure. Okay. We have a lot of buying pressure right here. So I'm not sold on the downside, even though we have a 3-bar. Okay? I'm not sold on the downside because this is a lot of buyers right here. Okay? So for tomorrow on SPY, right? Let's zoom out some, right? We are at the top. Okay? We are at the top. Right? We are at all-time highs. But what could happen is, okay, we got a gap to fill right here, and we got a gap to fill right here, all the way down to 672. So over the next week, we might come down to about 672, and then the rest of the year, we could rally. Right? That's what I'm thinking, because tomorrow we might create a failed 2 up on the charts, right? What up, Swell Hunter? You right on time. So tomorrow we might create a failed 2 up or a 2 up candle. Okay? So I think that we're going to try to go higher because Google reported great earnings. So they're going to be lifting up the market, right? Microsoft down, Meta down. Those are 2 big companies. Those are part of the Mag 7s, okay? But on Thursday after hours, after the market closes, we got Apple as well, right? We got Apple. Not Amazon, right? We don't have Amazon. Let's see. Amazon. Yeah. Amazon and Apple tomorrow. Okay? And we got Eli Lilly. So these 3 companies, right? Coinbase, Apple, and Amazon could make the SPY go up or down as well. Okay? So that's why today so many buyers stepped in right here. But now that the market is closed and we have Microsoft and we have who else? Meta, they both dropped, pretty substantial. Let me look at Microsoft real quick. Microsoft is so Meta dropped by 6%, which is $48. And then Microsoft, they dropped by $20, which is 3.85%. Okay? So these could bring they could bring the SPY down a little bit because these drops happened after hours. So we don't know what it's going to look like until the market opens, right? We got to see what impact these two companies have on the SPY tomorrow. All right? But now watch this. Let's say that we go up tomorrow and then we fail to go higher. And then if Apple and Amazon and Coinbase all lose and miss earnings and they drop, those three companies are massive. They could make the SPY kind of come down a little bit, especially if Meta and Microsoft continue to come down as well. So I want you to pay attention to Microsoft. I want you to pay attention to Meta, right? Microsoft and Meta tomorrow, right? To know where the market is going. Okay? To know where the market is going. Pay attention. All right? And then after hours, Apple and Amazon and Coinbase. Those are all three in the S&P. All right? Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that's clear. Let me know in the comments if that is clear. All right? We about to cook today. All right? So for tomorrow, for the SPY, we going to go all-time highs, okay? So if we break above 689.71, so we got calls 689.71. All right. Now we got puts below 682.76. Right? But let's go down real quick. So y'all see right here? So we got a big candlestick down here and it came down, right? So really, if we get below 687.34, we could come down to 685. And then we could come down to 682. Okay, so these are your levels. These are your levels for tomorrow for SPY. All right. You got 687.54. And then you have 684.83. All right. And then you have 682.88. All right. Those are your levels to the downside for SPY. So if we open right here, I wouldn't even really worry about it until we get above the high a day, because it's so many levels within this range, you could get chopped up, right? What did T-Pain say? He said, you officially been chopped and screwed, man. All right. Do not get chopped and screwed. Okay? Do not get chopped and screwed. And then we got NVIDIA making the market go up as well. How did I forget about NVIDIA? Okay? NVIDIA hit 5 trillion market cap. So, what does that mean? That's another reason why the SPY is going up as well, right? And it's staying up. You got to understand, right? You got to understand. You got to understand that the SPY has schizophrenia, okay? let's really break this down real quick. The SPY has schizophrenia. The SPY has 500 personalities, aka companies, and each company weighs different on the SPY. So the company that has the biggest market cap, Nvidia, is going to hold up, right? Is going to hold up the SPY and not let it fall. If Nvidia was dropping or they had earnings and they dropped, the whole market would be coming down on top of the announcement with FOMC and all of that extra stuff, right? Meta dropping, Microsoft dropping, Nvidia is keeping it up, right? So I need you guys to understand how these different companies play a factor in the SPY staying up, right? Make sure we understand that. All right. So now let's go back. If y'all are just watching this or tuning in, I want you to do something. Drop a comment. Let me know where y'all tuning in from and like this video. All I'm asking, giving support and resistance levels and giving you guys analysis, is to like the video. That's all you got to do. All right. That's all you got to do. So that's what's going on with the SPY. Okay. So I gave you guys levels for the SPY. Yeah. And we have Trump and China, an announcement coming out whenever they're going to have an announcement. Okay. They said it was going to be tomorrow, but Trump likes to make announcements after the market closes. I made a video about this on Monday so that you guys weren't blindsided. All right. I made a video about this on Monday. I said we got earnings, FOMC, a decision about the trade deal, right? And then we got all these earnings as well. And we got core PCE on Friday morning as well. So we have a lot of data this week. All right. We have a lot of data this week. Hey, shout out to ZGO Dunn. What up? What up? So now let's go to IWM. Now, before we go to IWM, let me say this. We've been killing IWM in the Discord. Let me say that. All right. If you've been killing IWM with me in the Discord, I want you to let me know in the comments. All right. Let me know in the comments in the chat if y'all been killing IWM with me. All right. What we gonna do is by December of next year, so many people are gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars with IWM alone. Right? I'm gonna teach y'all how to really trade IWM. All right. So I'm telling you, if you don't know how to trade, a great place to start is IWM. All right. So IWM is a money maker. All right. So look what they did. Now, first off, you got to understand what stocks are inside of IWM. It's a small cap ETF. Right? Now, stocks like QUBT, Rigetti, right? QBTS. These are the stocks that's inside of IWM, right? So, look at all these people. He said, my first house going to be because of IWM. Whew. Man, talk to me nice. All right? So, this is what we got with IWM for tomorrow. First off, let's just go with, so we got a bearish 3-bar. Okay? Now watch this. First off, these are the levels that I said yesterday, right? These banked. If you caught these banked. Now, let me turn this off real quick. All right. So, let's really understand today. Okay, this is how we understand today. IWM has a bearish 3-bar, right? Okay. Bearish 3-bar, but we have a top wick and we have an equal bottom wick. Okay? These are equal wicks right here, right? IW went all the way up to 250, 251, and it came all the way down to 244. What did I say yesterday in yesterday's video? In yesterday's video, I said IWM has the potential to move $8. And I showed you guys over the last month 3 different times that it moved $8 in a day. Do y'all remember when I said that yesterday? If you remember when I broke down the type of movement that IWM can have today, drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments. We went over the examples of when it moved $8 in a day. Now this is the close and this is the open, but it went all the way up to 251 and it came all the way down to 244. That's $6. That's a $6 move. So even though it didn't open and close for $6, it moved and it fluctuated $6 up and down. All right. So now we have selling pressure and we have what? Buying pressure. Okay. So, says spot on. Yep. So, now, watch this. Watch this. So we have a bearish 3-bar, but we have an equal amount of buying pressure and selling pressure. So what this tells me is we are at a full-blown war right now. The buyers and the sellers are battling. I want you to think about a playoff game in the NBA, right? Western Conference Finals, Game 6, and they going back and forth. 18 lead changes throughout the game, a physical game, right? One team hit a 3, other person hit an and 1. This team up by 6. This team comes back and now they up by 3. They hit a 3, now they tie the game. We got 3 minutes left and the game is tied. The stadium is filled up, right? That's what this candle represents. That's exactly what this candle represents right here. We have equal buying pressure and we have equal selling pressure. We rejected off of yesterday's highs and we bounced off of the 21 EMA. Okay? Exactly. We about to go to OT. So tomorrow, watch this. Tomorrow, whatever direction IWM goes in, it's going to be powerful. Okay? It's going to be powerful. I'm telling you right now, it is going to be powerful. Right? So, this is a massive range right here. Okay? So, depending on where we open up at, I don't know where we're going to open up at. I don't know what's going to happen overnight while I'm sleeping. I don't know. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is how to play it when it does open. All right? So, we about to get a ring tomorrow. All right? So, what we going to do is let me go to the 4-hour real quick. All right? So, for tomorrow, this is a big range, right? But what I will say is, if we get above 247.77, enter in the calls. Okay. Now, okay. Calls above 247.77. Now, we're going to try to retrace this candle right here, right? We are going to try to retrace this candle right here. We can reject at 248.39. We could reject at 248.73, right? We could potentially reject there, right? So if you enter in the calls above this area, I don't want to say be careful, but make sure that you guys are paying attention to that trade. All right? Because tomorrow is going to be volatile. Now, if we get above 251.11, then we going to blast off, right? We're going to go higher. But because we got this big 3 bar, I do not want to go against the downside, right? Because keep this in mind too. Right now, we're closer to the downside than we are the upside, right? Because we're closer to the downside than to the upside, it's like a magnet. We got a bearish 3 bar and we're closer to the downside. So even though we could be coming up some, I said we could try to retrace this bar, right? And then if we reject there, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Then we're going to come down and we're going to come below and retest this 244.69. All right? So, puts below 244.63, okay? Puts below 244.63, all right? But make sure you guys understand that just because this is a bearish 3 bar and there was a lot of selling pressure, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come down, because the wicks represent the pressure, buyers and sellers, and it's equal today. All right? It was equal. So we got to be patient tomorrow and we got to see what happens and what direction we end up going into. All right? Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments, and do me a favor and like this video, y'all. All right, let's get the likes up in this video. Okay? It's people changing their lives off of these free lives. All right? If you haven't already, like this video for me. And then we about to get into some setups for tomorrow as well. All right? He said, smack WU to pay for the Discord. Shout out to that, man. For real. Too much free game for you not to hit the like. Yeah. Hey, now real talk. Real talk. So let me give you guys, do this. Let me show you guys how spot on this stuff be. All right. Let me show you guys how spot on this stuff be. All right. Changing lives off the lives. Facts. Watch this. Watch this, okay? This morning, I put in for my watch list for the Discord, right? Watch this. I said, okay, IWM, I gave levels for IWM like I do every day. And then I gave levels for QCOM. I said my resistance was 183.37, right? I said, look for QCOM to come up to 183.37 and reject. All right? Look, 183.37 and reject, right? I want to make sure that you guys see this. 183.37 and reject. All right. Now let's go to QCOM and let's see what happened. QCOM, right? Let's go to the 30-minute or the 15-minute. And let's see what happened on QCOM. All right. All right. This line right here is 183.37. Look where it rejected at. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. Where did it reject at? Right where we said, and then it came down. Okay? So, we don't miss. All right? So let's go and look at tomorrow, some setups for tomorrow. All right, let's look at some setups for tomorrow. So we're going to go to, QCOM. So QCOM, I'm actually going to be looking at QCOM tomorrow as well. Yeah, the price action on them today was real slow. So I didn't really like it. But tomorrow I think that things are going to be moving faster. I think the volume will be better now that FOMC is out the way. So QCOM, bullet bearish continuation. All right. So when I'm looking at the charts right here, so for QCOM tomorrow, I would say puts below 178.17, and I would my price target would be 175.91. All right. So this would be a 2-2 continuation bearish. So I'm looking at QCOM. All right. Shopify is on a failed 2 up. I'm not really gonna play it though. We got Google. We gonna see what happens with Google. We got HIMS. Let's see. I'm not gonna mess with HIMS right now. Roblox is on a 3 bar. I believe they have earnings tomorrow morning. So they're probably gonna beat earnings and pop up. All right. Palantir. Yep, they was on a failed 2 down. They went crazy today. Oh yeah, they went stupid. Palantir went silly today. Let's see what else. On a daily, we got Carvana. No. Carvana looked like it wants to come down some more actually, but I'm not really gonna I'm not gonna play it. We got Dell, failed 2 up. I'll put Dell on here because they got a gap to fill to the downside. All right. We got Nike. They came down. We got Affirm. We got AMD. AMD had a failed 2 down. No, that's a 2 up. So, but AMD's trend is kind of dying out because it ain't looking too strong no more. So, TSL, SoFi looked like it wants to come down tomorrow. So, let's do SoFi, failed 2 up. All right. Lyft, not going to mess with Lyft. Circle, in phase, core weave. They got a failed 2 down, but I'm not gonna focus on core weave. Meta, they missed earnings. They had 2. Meta had, okay, this is something to pay attention to. They had 2 bearish 3 bars, 2 bearish 3 bars, and then they missed earnings, right? So that's crazy. Where we at with Meta tomorrow? Let me see where Meta is at. Meta is at 704 right now. What? Let me see something. Meta. If Meta opens, let's see. If Meta opens above like 704, 705, it's gonna come back up. Watch. So I'm gonna pay attention to Meta tomorrow. SOXL. They Dojin, Lululemon, Tesla. CrowdStrike is on a failed 2 down. Okay, I'll do CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike failed 2 down. Adobe, they had a horrible day today. Weeble, I ain't messing with them. Amazon failed to up. Okay, they got earnings after market tomorrow, so I'm not really gonna mess with them. Intel looks like it could pull back or it could go up. It's consolidated today, so we gotta kind of see. OKLO, if OKLO could get above 145.07, it's gonna go back to the upside. They gotta get above 145.07, 145.20. All right. SMCI, Pan W, Verizon. Hey, who smacked Verizon with me today? Who smacked Verizon with me today? Hey, look, we printed on Verizon on this candle right here. Right? I had a 20-minute workday today. Right? We smacked Verizon on this candle right here. Right? Smacked them. All right? I'm telling you, you come join the Prosperity Collective, you change your life. All right? I got off the live trading Discord. It was at like 6:55. Before the first candle, 30-minute candle closed, I was done. All right? Like, legit. I'm telling you guys, if you watching this and you not in, you think it's cap, it's not cap. All right? We smacked Verizon today. Easy. All right? Let's see. I'll hit AMAT in a minute. Let's see. We got VRT, Netflix, Baba, NVIDIA. Okay, so NVIDIA. I'm going to look at NVIDIA to the downside tomorrow. All right. Uber. Not really nothing. MRK. Starbucks fell to them. They had earnings today. I think they did well. So Celsius. AppLovin, Google, Googs, Marvell, AVGO. They had a nice day. SoundHound. Let's see, 1851. I'll look at SoundHound to the upside. Sound. All right. He said, I got off the call quick. Hey, yeah, I'm telling you, we got off fast, man. Cause look, we come in the market, we get money. Hey, it's no point of working harder than you got to. You know what I'm saying? XYZ. Yeah, XYZ is about to print for sure. We got a nice gap here. So with XYZ, I would wait until it breaks above 78.15. Let me look at the 30. They just came down today. They flagged, had a bear flag, and they came down some more. So um yeah. I would wait until I see a fail two down on a daily for XYZ. It might happen tomorrow. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, they could come down a little bit and then they could pop back up because they're still inside of this flag right here. All right, they're still inside of this flag right here. So we got a bull flag on the weekly. All right, we got applied down. We got Microsoft. They down to about what 514, I believe. Nah, like 5. So they around. Yeah. So I'm not. I don't really trade Microsoft. I don't mess with them like that. I used to, but I've. You know, we all have those stocks that like we lost some bread with, and we be like, I don't mess with them no more. Microsoft is one of my ones. Microsoft is one of my ones. I don't mess with Microsoft like that. All right. We got Delta Airlines. Um, Failed two down. Order block. That's cool. That's a setup. Delta. Okay. Could I go over that Marvel chart? Let's look real quick. Marvel. So we got a fail two up right here. I am not messing with Weeble no more. Shout out to Mark Quinn. I will trade it. I still think that buying shares at this price point is good, but they got some time. They got some time. Well, he said Weeble is his. Okay, Tesla's yours. Yeah, hey, listen. If you don't have a stock that you don't mess with because you lost bread, you ain't a real trader, right? Because we all have those stocks that we like, man, I ain't messing with that, right? So this is Marvell right here. So look, this is a textbook double top, all right? So look, we got a crazy breakout from 65 up here, right? Then we came down here, right? And now we right here. So if we could come up to 94 again. If we get up here and we reject, you might want to load the boat. If you see like a 3-bar up here again, this thing could come right back down, and then it could come all the way down to like $79. And if we break this neckline, then we're going to come down some more. So Marvell looks like it's setting up to be a double top. So don't be surprised if Marvell comes back up to $95, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, and then it rejects. And then it'll come down. All right. So that's Marvell. All right. What else we got? Said Tesla's mine. James said joining the Prosperity Collective tomorrow. Do I need to book a call first? Nah, you don't. If you want to book a call, you can, but you don't have to. We got a full course up in there, like I say, a full course. We add stuff to the course. We got weekly calls, and our weekly calls is on Thursdays. So if you join on Thursday, if you join like tomorrow morning or tonight, you'll be able to make the study session for tomorrow. All right. So yeah, do that. And then he said, click the link in the description of this video. All right. And then what else we got? AVGO, already went over them. So we had Delta Airlines, and then we got ARM. They coming down some. We have Apple. We got SE. We got Citigroup. They on a 3-bar. They could come down to like 98. No, I ain't gonna do that. DoorDash. DoorDash is a 3-bar. So I'm gonna look at DoorDash to break through above right here. All right. So if DoorDash can get above 269, I'll definitely ride it up to 281. So I'm actually gonna, I like Dash setup. All right. Yeah, it's the best thing you'll do, James, for real. He said Discord basically free. Hey, when you think about it, look, Marquin, he just made $1,000 yesterday, 1,100 today. I didn't see the profits fully, but I know he spanked the market again. So it's like, in half of one of his trades, he paying for the Discord. You feel me? So yeah, come join, man. All right. IBM. I'll look at IBM to the downside. IBM to the downside looks very appealing, appetizing. Yeah. I already went over SPY, KP. So what I need you to do is, when we get off, go back to this video, and I just broke down SPY for like 15 minutes, and I broke down IWM for like another 15 minutes. All right. So CRM. All right, 3-bar. A net. Okay. Gold. FedEx. T. I'm done. Hey, I'm taking DraftKings off my watch list too. Yo, DraftKings is a shitty stock. All right. Look at this. This is ridiculous. All right. This is a shitty stock right here, y'all. All right. Look at all of this. We got 3 green candles and 15 red candles. All right. I barely made it out of the swing trade in profit. And the setup was there. So, man, look, all the way down to what, $29? Man, I ain't messing with Draft. Let me delete them right now. All right, I'm taking TDT off my stuff too. I don't need them. IBIT, XOM. XOM has earnings on Friday as well. They on a 3-bar right now. Yeah, for sure, KP. Yeah, I ain't being rude or nothing, but when you go and rewatch it, you're going to be like, perfect. All right. UNH, 3-bar, and then they came down. So UNH could bounce from here. It may come down to like 345, and it could bounce. Robinhood, I didn't even pay attention to Robinhood today. See, 2 down candle. Hood could be coming down to like 135 to come back down to fill this gap and rebalance. So we got to see about that. Coinbase. He said Flesh Kings. I know, right? They fleshing down. They are fleshing down. MU failed 2 up. Failed 2 up. I think it's Mississippi. KP. MU failed 2 up. All right. Silver. Tempest. Duolingo. Reddit. Ionic. Rocket Lab got a 3-bar. All right. 3-bar bullish. All right. Yes. So it looks like QBTS looks like it wants to go up tomorrow. Oscar coming down. Rigetti looks like it wants to go up. So I'm seeing bullish indicators on QBTS, Rigetti, QUBT. So I think that IWM tomorrow could be going up. If all of the small caps are looking like this on the daily, then IWM, what it could do is tomorrow it could fake out and then it could pump back up. All right. Caterpillar, yeah, they went crazy today on earnings, right? Opened up at 558 and they came all the way up to 596, right? So this what could happen with Google tomorrow, right? This could potentially happen with Google tomorrow. All right, because they're at all-time highs and they gapped up and then they just slid up. All right. So that's Caterpillar. And then let's go to ABBV. They got earnings on Friday, so I'm not paying attention to them. AMAT, they look like they could keep going up. Sellers a little bit, but they look like they could keep going up. So, yeah, definitely. So that's AMAT. I'm not really like seeing anything with AMAT. I don't really like the setup. They're at all-time highs. No, they're not. Let me see. Real quick. Okay, so they're trying to fill this gap to 242. Okay. So for AMAT, if they break above 237.39, then you could ride calls, and then 242 would be my price target on AMAT. All right. Yeah, Bloom Energy went crazy, man. I missed that one. But yeah, they went absolutely insane. Look, they was here. They gapped up from 113 to 129, and then they went all the way up to 144. So they went silly. All right. So yeah. So yeah, those are my setups, man. So this is what I'm gonna pay attention to. IWM. And then which one do I like the most? I like this MU setup, and I also like DoorDash, right? So I like MU because we have this gap all the way from 226 all the way down to 222, right? And we don't have any fair value gaps, so I definitely think that if we break below 226, we could come down, right? Let me see where they're at in after hours right now. And I remember when I was trading MU earlier this year. Earlier this year, MU was at $70, y'all. $70. So they came from $70 all the way to 226. That is beyond the life-changing amount of money. All right. They are in the chip space too. So MU right now is at 228. So they're actually up in after hours. So I don't know. We're going to have to see how they open up. Right? We're going to have to see how they open up. But I like DoorDash. I think I'm going to pay attention to that one. DoorDash. Let me see where they're at after hours. We got DoorDash. They're at 266 right now. So, yeah. I'm going to pay attention to DoorDash tomorrow. And Qualcomm. All right. Qualcomm. Yeah. Yeah. If DoorDash gets above, if they get above 268.41, calls. All right. We're going to say calls above 268.41. All right. On DoorDash. I like this setup a lot. All right. Calls above 268.41. If you want to be conservative and you want to make sure that you got the right entry, I'll say calls above 268.88. All right, we get above there, we good money. All right, and then we got IWM. I gave y'all the game plan for IWM tomorrow as well, and I also gave y'all SPY, the game plan for SPY as well. All right, and then yeah, let me look at Oracle too. Let me see where they at, because Oracle was my stock for a minute, but they've been consolidating. Yeah, they came down a little bit. So it looks like a double bottom right here, actually. Look, ooh, I'm glad you said that. Who's that? Janae? Janae? Hey, shout out to Janae. Oracle right now is on a double bottom. Okay? So we got a double bottom here. Okay, boom, came down, popped up, came down. Yeah, so I'm gonna look at Oracle to the upside as well. All right, Oracle's on a double bottom. All right, so shout out to Janae. All right, so broke everything down for you guys. Come join the Prosperity Collective. Come join the Discord. Yeah, post that, Mark Wynn. 1K yesterday, 2K today, that's 3K. People work a whole month for that. He made it in 2 days. All right. So listen, y'all have a great evening. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. All right. Make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Let's make this money tomorrow. Don't be boneheaded. All right. Make good decisions, and let's get this money. All right. Y'all stay smooth. I'm going to holler at you. Peace.